Mic drop. Don't drop your mic because that's expensive. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Duo Podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet. I'm one of your hosts, Wade.
I'm another host, Devon.
What have you been watching this week, Devin?
I got through quite a few movies this week. I watched The Upside. I don't know if you've seen The Upside. But I watched The Upside. I thought it was good. I liked it.
It was okay.
I watched Bad Boys 2 and 3, which we'll get to later.
We'll talk about that later.
I watched 1917, and I want to take a moment to appreciate 1917, man.
1917, I'm so pissed that I didn't get to see that in theaters.
I told you, I was like, go see it if you can.
I want to see it. It looks great.
It was like when I walked out of the theater, like me and Dylan went to go see it. Caitlin didn't see it, but me and Dylan went to go see it. And me and him were like, I think that became an instant classic. Like, it's instantly going to be a classic war movie that people watch for decades.
That's what I've heard. I've heard it's pretty great.
It's amazing.
Is the whole movie one shot? Well, I know it's not one shot, but it looks that way. Like, does it look that way through the whole movie?
There's one hard cut.
Okay.
But it makes sense in the terms of the movie. It makes sense.
It's like Birdman.
Yes. It does take place over like an hour, and then there's a hard cut, and then it takes place over another hour. Like,
okay, that's fine.
So it was really good. Like I didn't think it was gonna have much tension because it was no cuts, but like the whole movie, I was like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? Like I was just like, oh, it was really good. It was really good.
How was Benedict Cumberboy?
He's barely in it. He's in it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, he was in the trailer.
There's a couple of big actors that are in this for like 5 minutes. Like Tom Hardy's in this, and I didn't even notice.
Hardy's in that?
Yeah, I didn't even notice he was in it. Like that's how small of a role he had.
Did he have like a mask on?
I don't know. I have no idea because I didn't see him. I was like, I don't know where he was, but I looked in the cast, and he's on the cast list. So I don't know where he was.
Jesus Christ! I haven't seen a Tom Hardy movie in like forever.
A lot of the higher ranking military guys are big actors. Like, there's 3 big actors that are like captains or generals in this movie. So, but it was really good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I heard it was really good. I'll have to watch it at some point later.
Yeah. God, it's a great movie. It possibly might be better than Saving Private Ryan for like best war movie of all time.
Bullshit.
You gotta watch it, man.
That's bullshit.
It was good. It's right up there with it. I would say
nothing is better than Saving Private Ryan.
It's right up there with it in terms.
Tom
of
Hanks ain't in it.
Tom Hanks could have been.
Matt Damon ain't in it. He ain't British.
I have no idea who the two the main guys are. I don't know their names.
Like lesser known.
Yeah, but they knocked it out of the park. I could feel their friendship and their hardships. I could feel it. I could feel the whole thing.
Well, they'll be in more stuff now because apparently
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but
don't, because I actually want to watch this.
It was a good movie. I will admit it might be my favorite movie of 2019. So
it's pretty good.
And then my last movie, I saw this in theaters too, is Jojo Rabbit.
How did you feel about Jojo Rabbit?
I really liked Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit was great.
It was there was one part in the middle, or no, it was towards the end, I guess. I was like, oh, no. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, no.
What part are you thinking of?
The hanging.
Oh, that's like towards the end, isn't it?
That's why I said the middle, but then I changed it to the end.
Yeah, it's like towards the end.
That's
a very like fucked up moment.
Because me and Dylan were talking about it. We're like, does Taika Waititi have a foot fetish? Because like he kept like, we were wondering because beforehand he kept showing shots of her like shoes and stuff, and I'm like, what is
he might on? If he does, it's not on the level of like.
But no, I understood it when we got to that scene. I was like, okay, it makes sense why we were doing all that now. But before I was like, why do we keep showing shots of her?
I mean, he might like anyway. He's a crazy New Zealander. Like maybe. He might.
I don't know. And that kid is a good actor.
That kid's really good. And his friend was so funny.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for him. What's his name? I don't even remember his name, but I feel so bad for him.
The little kid,
the little chubby kid.
Yeah. At the end, he just shows up and he's just like, "Oh, I'm in the war," and I was like, "This is really funny."
I didn't find it like as funny as I thought it was gonna be, but it was more of a heartfelt movie than a funny
Yeah,
movie.
it's not super funny, but
Yeah, no. I thought it was gonna be like a straight up comedy, but it was
I don't know. The moment towards the end when that kid fucking like kicks the like Taika Waititi Hitler out the window had me dying laughing. That was hilarious.
I thought when I didn't know what's her face was gonna be in that. What's her name? God, I can't think of her name.
Who?
The bigger chick who's in a bunch of
Rebel
comedies.
Wilson.
Yeah, Rebel Wilson. I wanted to say
I didn't know she was in there either.
But well, I knew that wasn't her name.
No, Rebel Wilson is like the actually funny Melissa McCarthy.
I didn't know she was in it, but I love the part towards the end where she like pulls a pin on the grenade and she's like, "Go hug the American." I was just like, "Oh my god, no!" It's so bad.
It's a funny movie.
It has funny parts, but it had also like heartfelt moments in it too. And then I've been watching Rebels, and that's all the stuff I've been watching.
Star Wars Rebels?
Yes.
I haven't seen that fucking show.
I'm halfway through it. So
still probably not going to watch that show.
It's good, man.
I hear that, but you know what? I also heard that people like fucking Rise of Skywalker, so
no, it
doesn't mean anything.
Okay, you could trust me. I didn't like Rise of Skywalker.
You like Last Jedi, though.
I did, but Last Jedi is an actual good movie.
It's not.
They actually tried to make a good movie, at least.
He tried. That doesn't mean he made a good movie.
But like the Darth Maul stuff is amazing.
Darth Maul sucks. I don't care what these shows do with Darth Maul. Darth Maul sucks.
Okay,
I think George Lucas knew Darth Maul sucked. That's why he gave him one line, and he got cut in half.
Based on your perspective, I could see that he does suck. But I think if you got into these shows, man,
he's died twice. Anybody who dies twice sucks.
He died once.
Well, he's died twice because he was dead originally until these fucking shows came out. He's dead. And old Obi-Wan cuts him in half. Like, he sucks.
Well, apparently this is, I guess, a spoilers for Rebels, but
I'm not gonna watch it.
He's staying alive via his anger. Like he's really old compared. He's older than Obi-Wan. So he's like, I'm staying alive just out of pure hate.
So he's not dead.
No, he is dead. It's just like that's why he didn't really fight Obi-Wan because he was like weak because he was so old.
Star Wars. What happened to Star Wars, man? Star Wars used to be like quality stuff. Now it's
the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's all right, but it's not like great.
They got Last Jedi. It's a good movie.
Shut up. It's a bad movie, and you know it.
No, it's a good movie. There's bad moments, but it's a good movie.
No.
Yeah. Rise of Skywalker is a bad movie.
It's not a movie.
It's a video game. That's what it is. It's a video game.
It's a video game
that you don't get to play. That's what it is.
Yeah, which sucks. The worst kind of video game.
I'm sure they'll make it into a video game and it'll be good.
I don't want that. That'd be a headache of a video game to play.
Because it's just like, oh, let's go here.
It's just nonsense for 16 hours. I don't want that.
They'll stretch it out even longer than the 2
hours. You have to.
Should we just segue into maybe talking about the original?
You didn't ask me what I was watching.
I was okay.
You bastard.
All right. Well, what have you been watching?
I watched.
You have a whole list. I know you have. It's been
I mean, if you want to go through everything, sure. But like the only thing I really want to talk about, I watched.
What are the notable things?
All of the Star Wars prequels.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Back to back in like a day. That was a mistake.
Yeah, you should spread that out.
I shouldn't have watched them. There's still
3.
like bad.
3 is
no. I mean, yeah, but I still shouldn't watch it.
I definitely would have skipped 2, but
I shouldn't have watched all of them. They're still really bad.
Poor Hayden Christensen.
No, not poor Hayden Christensen. He's an actor, all right. He can act.
It made him quit Hollywood.
He came back like a year or two ago with that pizza movie.
And then he quit again.
And then I guess he quit again because apparently nobody saw that movie. And then I also watched Watchmen, not the movie, the show.
Yes, I remember.
And
how was it? Did you finish it?
I did. I watched it all in a day. I spent 9 hours watching this fucking
Good
show.
Lord.
It's very. I hate like half of it, but I love half of it. Like it's
so it's the Mandalorian,
sort of, but like the 6th episode, because there's 9 episodes total. The 6th episode is like one of the best comic book like superhero origin things I've ever seen, like in anything. And it just sucks that the rest of the show is not to that level. And the show does a lot of weird stuff.
You know what? I see a pattern with DC shows that like they have good endings, but they have terrible beginnings. Because like you said, like the Gotham show apparently gets really good towards the end. But...
yeah. Because they're trying to introduce all this goofy shit, but they're trying to make it like realistic. And it's like, you can't make Watchmen. Like, I know the whole point of Watchmen is supposed to be realistic, but there's a big blue man just like chilling on Mars. Like, that's not like the most realistic
characters from the movie, or is there different characters?
Well, it's not a sequel to the movie, it's a sequel to the book.
Yeah.
They bring back 3 characters. Ozymandias, Silk Spectre, and Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, they didn't bring back Rorschach or whatever?
They didn't bring... Well, Rorschach died.
I didn't know if he died in the comics or not.
He's dead.
Dang it.
And it's weird that like his mask now, his like symbol is used for like white supremacy now. That's weird.
It is weird.
Because he wasn't like a racist or anything.
No, he's just a dude that wore a mask.
Very strange. And that sucks that you can't wear that now because that's associated with racists. Because that's a cool look. Like, I like that mask.
I still don't know how they did the effects on it, but it looks damn good.
It's computers.
It's computers.
But it starts off pretty good, but then it just kind of like at the end, it's like, all right, like why did this happen?
Are they making another season, or is that it?
Well, that's news that we have.
Oh, I don't have that news. You have that news.
I have that news. It's brief.
Anything else you watched notable?
Not really.
Not really. All right. Do you want to get into trailers? Or
sure.
One trailer. The Morbius trailer.
The Morbius trailer. The trailer that broke the internet for like a week.
What was your take on the Morbius
I thought trailer? And I went into this trailer I wasn't like, oh, this is like a, what universe is this in, or it's a Spider-Man movie or whatever, or Sony's making it. I went in and I was just like, this is a movie, and I'm going to judge the trailer on just the merits of being a movie. And if this wasn't like a Sony thing, if this had nothing to do with Marvel, I don't think people would have hated this trailer, because this trailer is honestly pretty good.
I agree with you with that aspect.
I don't know if the movie's going to be good, but the trailer's solid.
I still think it looks boring, personally.
I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it has cool aspects that could be good in the movie, but I think it looks boring to me.
It looks interesting.
Based off the trailer, at least. It looks like the majority of the movie is going to be him like becoming Morbius. And I'm like,
yeah, because it's an origin. That's what origins are.
But like, they could prove me wrong, because they did it with Venom. Like Venom, they didn't spend the whole time him becoming.
No, Venom's also like 90 minutes, so they kind of had to like,
I guess,
get their shit together.
But the trailer looked exactly like Venom. It looked like
It looked like Venom if Venom was good.
No, like the trailer.
This looks like dark and like messed up.
That's what Venom.
Morbius looks cool. I know, and I really hope that they don't pull a Venom and just make this like a comedic goof fest.
That's exactly what they're
doing. I really hope not, because this is the type of stuff I want from comic book movies for the next like decade. I want like weird, like off the wall, like violent, bloody, like vampire nonsense. Like that's what I want, and this looks cool. This looks exactly like what I want.
I think Jared Leto, I haven't seen him do much as Morbius, but he looks very monotone in this. So I don't know.
I mean, like everyone's judging Jared Leto and like, oh, he's gonna be a bad Morbius. I'm not saying he's like a good villain. Like,
no,
he's kind of just there in the comics. Like he never really does anything.
He's, if anything, a B list at most.
So like, I don't care. You could get fucking Nick Cage to play Morbius. I don't care. I just want to see cool vampire stuff. All right.
I have no idea what Morbius's origin is. Like, I don't know if he actually has like a disease in the comics.
I don't know. I think he does, and I think I
always thought he was just a dude that became a vampire. I didn't know he would.
No, I think it's like some kind of weird like blood transfusion thing that like turns him into some weird vampire guy.
I have no idea.
Who kind of looks like Michael Jackson.
I thought the echolocation thing was dope, though.
That was really cool.
I thought that was dope. Cool. I'm not sure how I feel about the colorful effects, the purple, whatever they got going on and stuff like that. But
I don't know. I don't mind it as long as it's not obnoxious like Suicide Squad.
I was gonna say, if they don't like overuse it, it could be all right.
And there's one scene where he's like on a boat, which looks a little weird. I'm like, why is he's like in a ship when he like cuts the pipe or whatever? That looks like he was on like some kind of ship.
Oh,
like, why is he on like a boat? I don't know what
that is. I have no idea what that. Like where he cuts his hand. That part.
No, when he cut, there's like a dude and he like scrapes the pole and then like cuts the dude or whatever. It looks like he's on. It looks like that's like a boat. I'm like, why are you on a boat, Morbius? Vampires can't swim.
Is he going to be able to fly in this? Because he can fly in the comics.
Probably. I don't see why not. That's probably how he gets on the boat. He flies.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then let's talk about the end of the trailer. The thing that broke everyone's brain.
It broke my brain. That's for sure.
Bro, I thought this was cool, man. I saw this and I was like, holy shit, this is some cool stuff right here.
Michael Keaton
as Batman himself, and it's cool. It's Batman and the Joker.
It is, but it's not. They're not from the same era.
It doesn't matter. It's Batman and Joker. That's cool as shit.
In Marvel,
yeah. Both abandoned ship.
Yep. There's still controversy on if this is Adrian Toomes or if this is a different character.
It is literally wearing the same thing.
You never know.
Wearing in the post-credit scene of Homecoming. It's Vulture. Why would they put Michael Keaton in as a completely different character when he's already in the MCU?
Sony wants to fuck with everybody. That's exactly why.
But like, that's like bringing Tom Holland back and putting him in these movies, but having him be like some random guy. Like, at least he's coming back as Spider-Man.
He may cameo in Morbius. That's what I've heard.
He probably will. He'll probably cameo in Venom 2 and all these other bullshit Sony movies.
I've heard also Tom Hardy might cameo in Morbius.
I don't know. Don't turn this into like Iron Man 2. Don't make this a trailer for the Sinister Six. Just make a movie.
That's what I think it's gonna be.
I hope it's not that. I want a movie.
Sony sucks at marketing because I don't think they should have put Michael Keaton
they shouldn't have
trailer.
They shouldn't have. I think that would have been awesome to see.
It would have
in the movie.
Because I was gonna me and you were gonna see this movie regardless. But
yeah, we're going to because we're assholes.
They did that just so that more people would.
Oh, for sure, and so people would talk about it and speculate about it.
But like people like me and you would have been like, "Oh, what?"
Because I think what they should have did was that poster that we see that kind of looks like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. They should have just shown that. And I think that would have been enough speculation. Like, oh, is this a part of the Tobey Maguire universe, or is this a part of the new stuff? Like, what is it?
Imagine if it is a part of the Tobey Maguire universe.
That'd just be a huge clusterfuck. Unless we're getting unless this is all set up for like Spider-Verse, like a live-action Spider-Verse thing, that would make no sense.
And the reason they use that suit is because they legally can't use Tom Holland's suit because that is Tony Stark's suit technically, so they can't use that
unless they've had like talks behind the scenes and they're part of the MCU officially, which they could have.
This could have been an effect that hasn't been redone yet because the new contract wasn't done.
Because they do reference the fact that Spider-Man is like a murderer,
which none of the other Spider-Men are besides Tom Holland.
Yeah. Right? So I mean, could they reference like another movie that's not a part of their thing? Like that's
apparently there's some news on this. And I'll just say it. I'll say some of it now, but apparently, this new deal that came out with the Spider-Man getting one more movie and another team-up movie possibly let leeway for Sony to be able to do some more wiggle room. Is basically what I've heard. Because before,
I could see that.
Before with the first Venom, they wanted to do Tom Holland, but Disney said no. Basically,
yeah, they shot something for Venom.
Yeah,
with Tom Holland.
But now I think they don't need Disney's approval to do that kind of stuff anymore. So
yeah, which is a little like scummy and shitty. But
yeah,
I mean, if this is part of the MCU, I don't care. I'm done with the MCU anyway. Like in terms of like being super invested in it. Like I'm gonna watch all these movies, but like I don't care what's in what universe. I want like weird, crazy stuff, and this looks weird and crazy.
A connected universe or a multiverse or whatever they're doing. I just want to know if it actually takes place in the MCU or not.
I don't think we're going to find that out until we see the movie.
Oh, we won't. We may not even find out when we go see the movie.
In the movie, it's just like, who knows?
Like it may be like he may show up at the end credit scene and never say his name, Michael Keaton's name. So they'll be like,
you know what? That's probably what it is. It's probably an after credit scene. And he's probably just going to be like, hey, what's up, Doc? And then he's going to like bite into a carrot and then it cuts to black and that's it.
No, he'll say, what's up, Doc? And be like, you want to join a team? And then
boom. You want to join a team?
And then
that weird Michael Keaton voice that he has. That's very scary.
And
then Jared Leto's like, don't I know you from somewhere? Referencing the Batman connection.
You think that's what they'll do?
Technically, Jared Leto is a Batman now.
He is.
He's more like Man-Bat.
He's Man-Bat.
So that's cool.
Do you think we'll actually see him bite somebody?
Does he bite people?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I hope
he didn't. He didn't in the cartoon shows because I was like morbid.
It's for babies.
Yeah, So he like sucked people's souls out of his hands or something.
I would do that in this movie. I would love that. Just crazy nonsense.
In the comics, I think he does bite people. So.
He better. He should.
Don't pull a Venom where he's like, I'm gonna bite you and turn you into a turd or something.
I'm gonna roll you down the street like a turd in the wind. Don't do that. If there's any cringy dialogue from the comics, Sony, don't use it.
No. You think they would learn their lesson by now, but
yeah, you would think they would have learned their lesson after Spider-Man 3.
And they haven't.
Yeah, but they're like, nope. They just lean into it more because Sony really just doesn't care.
No, they don't.
They don't.
No. Anything else you want to talk about the Morbius?
Is that all the trailers?
I mean, there was a second Black Widow trailer, but nothing. Really.
I didn't watch that.
There was a really dope scene between Black Widow and Taskmaster, though.
Spoilers.
I didn't say anything about.
Now I know that they meet.
Okay, but there was a really dope scene at the very. Of course,
Taskmaster still looks like a dumb Power Ranger.
No, he actually looked dope in this trailer.
He looks exactly the same.
No, he didn't. Did you
see? He didn't. I saw a screenshot of it. He looked the same.
What was the screenshot of?
It was just his face. It was like a close up of his face.
No, like there's a scene where he's got his hood up and he's got his whole bodysuit on. He looks pretty good.
Maybe I saw something different because he looked like a dumb Power Ranger.
I think he has a different suit at the beginning of the movie, and like he changes it or something. I think that's what happened.
Possibly. Don't stop doing that. Just make these characters look like the characters.
But yeah, there's a dope like a mirror scene that he does with Black. I was like,
it's like John Wick 2.
I was like, that's dope because like that's his powers. Like he like mimics how they fight and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I like it. I like it.
I can't wait till he meets Deadpool and he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
I like it. I like it a lot. That was all. I don't think there's any other trailers. Do you remember any others?
There was one for a Nick Cage movie that I didn't watch, but I'm excited to see the movie because it looks good.
I have no idea even what it is. So
it's called like the Colors of Time or whatever. I don't know.
I've never heard of that.
It's like a weird Nick Cage indie movie. Wait, speaking of Nick Cage, we have Nick Cage news.
Do we? Oh well,
we do.
I think I have Nick Cage news. I don't know if it's the same as yours, but
it has to be. What else is Nick Cage doing? Did he buy more magic rocks?
He could have been. He probably did.
National Treasure 3. We're jumping into it. National Treasure 3 is official. It's in development.
Happening via Disney.
This is awesome.
I'm glad we get to finish the trilogy.
You know what? Cancel that dumb Tom Holland Uncharted movie and just make this. Because that's essentially what National Treasure is.
Is that? That's not.
Disney. It's not. But just get rid of it.
I'm like, I don't know if Nick Cage is going to be as good as he was in the first two.
He won't because he's old.
Are they bringing back everybody or just Nick Cage?
I hope so. I want to see 80-year-old John Voight show up and be. I don't know if he survived both of those movies or not, but I don't care. I want him in there.
I think I should be in it. I think I want to be.
You could probably get in this movie if you tried. Honestly,
no,
go audition for this.
It's Disney. If it was like Warner Brothers, maybe.
It's Disney, but it's also a fucking National Treasure. It's not like it's Star Wars.
Yeah, it's true.
It's fucking National Treasure.
This
like
movie could come out and make $1 billion. You never know.
It could, but like, I don't think outside of like our generation, nobody cares about National Treasure.
Nostalgia.
It's like people our age, and like that's it.
Yeah, not even people our age care.
Yeah, I don't like. They're fun, but I don't really care. I'm not emotionally invested in these movies.
I could honestly maybe even see this not being even released in theaters. It could just be dumped onto Disney Plus.
It might be on Disney Plus. There's not a lot of news about it, but it could be a Disney Plus movie.
I could 100% see it.
I'd be totally fine with that.
Disney Plus. Because I haven't heard of them making movies for Disney Plus.
They made that Willem Dafoe dog movie on there.
Oh, did they? I didn't watch.
It came out like a few weeks back.
It's not a big movie.
It's not.
This would be huge.
Would it be huge?
This would be the Irishman of Disney.
I mean, Nick Cage is pretty huge, like physically. But
this would be the Irishman of Disney Plus.
Oh my god! Have Martin Scorsese make something on Disney Plus. All right.
Have him make National Treasure 3. It'd be amazing.
Oh my god! He'd be like, I need to de-age Nick Cage.
And then he'd throw what's his face in there?
He'd throw Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro would look sad the entire time.
Robert De Niro would be the villain.
Throw in Al Pacino. No, Al Pacino's the villain.
We just did a movie with Al Pacino.
I don't care. Put Al Pacino in there. Al Pacino's the villain.
He's not. If you walk up to him and be like, "You want to do National Treasure 3?" He's like, "What the?" What?
Al Pacino has made so many bad movies. I think he'd be totally fine.
He's like, "Who's
being a villain in National Treasure?" He could show up for a day and just like laugh his ass off and then leave and get paid.
He'd be like, "Nick Cage is in it." No, I'm not doing it.
Nah, that's not an actor. This isn't cinema.
It's not cinema. Imagine that. Imagine if Martin Scorsese did National Treasure 3 and it's like, Marvel's not cinema, but this is.
Well, I mean, this isn't Marvel.
It's not, but like, I feel like this is lower.
But he makes cinema, though. That's the thing. He could make he could make a Marvel movie, and it would be cinema.
What would you have him make?
Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
Because I really hope that Moon Knight show is not PG-ified, which it will be because it's on Disney Plus.
I have some news on the Moon Knight show. We'll get into it.
Shit,
I got some news.
We'll get into that later because I still got some other news.
I got this. This isn't really like big news, but Fox is being rebranded. Did you see that?
I saw this. Yeah,
20th Century Studios,
which is weird. Just keep it Fox. Why did like?
It's a throwback, kind of, because it used to be It used to be Fox and Century Studios, right? And then they like merged, and it just became Fox. So I think it's 20th Century Studios.
Because I know they rebranded 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight.
Yeah.
But it's like, why?
I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe they're like, let's get rid of Fox. Let's
wipe Fox off the face of the planet.
That was their whole goal, and they achieved it.
But what did Fox ever do? Like, what did Fox ever do to them?
I don't know.
20th Century, like, it's gonna be weird going to see a movie and not seeing 20th Century Fox.
It'll just be
because it's such an iconic like logo and everything. Like,
you think they'll change the logo too?
They might. I mean, they're gonna have to because it can't say Fox on it.
I was gonna say it says Fox.
So they're gonna have to do something.
Maybe I have no idea. We'll find out when like Deadpool 3 comes out or something.
Oh my god, Avatar 6.
Yeah, Avatar 2, which comes out this year.
I'm not excited for that.
We have to go see it.
I don't want to,
but we have to.
We don't have to. We can do whatever we want.
No, but we probably should. I don't
have to see a goddamn thing.
It was the highest grossing movie of all time.
We probably should, and that's what sucks. We're gonna have to see all these goddamn movies and talk about them.
Yeah, we probably should go see it.
I'm gonna be miserable the whole time.
But I'm just saying, I'm putting on the record now. If Avatar 2 sucks, I'm not seeing the third one. In theaters, at least.
I mean, the first one sucked, so I'm not expecting much from the second one.
The second one could be good. You never know, but
if the first one could have been good and it wasn't.
Yeah, but if it's trash, I'm not seeing the third one.
I mean, that's fair. I think that's most people. I think that's what they're gonna.
I've still never met anybody who's just like, Avatar 1 was amazing.
Those people don't exist. So
why are we making 5 other movies?
Because James Cameron has all the money in the world and he has nothing else but time until he dies. 2. Don't do that. There is a Titanic 2, and it's awful.
Remake it.
Don't.
Make it Titanic 3.
Make a proper Terminator 3, James Cameron.
We have Terminator 3, and it's okay. I mean, it's bad, but it's fine.
It's bad. Make a proper one. All right?
Compared to all the others.
They've made 3 Terminator 3s, and they've all been bad. Make a good one. Make a 4th Terminator 3.
I guess it was 3. I was like, I thought they made 4, but yeah, I guess Salvation doesn't count.
Well, I guess technically, I don't know. Terminator continuity is fucked anyway.
Still didn't watch Dark Fate, so don't matter.
Not going to.
Not going to either. My last piece of movie news, and I think you have this on yours, I would guess, is I'm not sure how to pronounce this last name. Denis Villeneuve or something.
Denis Villeneuve, I think is how you spell it.
Wants to make another Blade Runner movie.
Yes, I saw this. Apparently, he wants to do a spinoff and not a sequel, which is a little weird because how do you spin off Blade Runner? But Denis Villeneuve is an amazing filmmaker, and whatever he makes, I'm going to watch it. So,
do you want a third Blade Runner?
I would love a third Blade Runner. I would love, because Blade Runner 2049 is a goddamn masterpiece. All right, like this movie, I saw this movie on my old ass TV, and I was like, this movie is amazing. And it probably, I've never regretted not seeing a movie in the theater more than Blade Runner 2049, because I feel like if I had seen this in the theater, I would have pooped.
I still haven't watched 2049.
It's so like visually beautiful, and the sound design in it is amazing, and the effects are great. It's so good. Harrison Ford is amazing in it. Like,
I need to watch it.
You need to watch it. Watch it tonight.
No, I can't watch it tonight Because by the time I get done with this, I'll have to go to bed.
We'll go to bed afterwards. That's all. Once you watch Blade Runner 2049, you don't need anything else.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have to like you said, I have to plan my day around it.
You do. It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah. I have bought it. It's sitting right over there.
Watch it.
I need to. That's all my news I have though.
I have 2 more bits of news. This is technically TV news, I guess, but I'm going to say it here because it's related to a movie. You saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right?
Yes, we talked about it.
Apparently, Quentin Tarantino is making a Bounty Law spin-off miniseries. Bounty Law being the show that Leo played in that movie.
Is this something people are raving for?
Because Tarantino's a crazy person.
He is, but he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He can. And this show, I feel like this show would be better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because it'll actually have like a plot and like things will be going on. So I'm fine with it. But I just don't see why it exists.
You liked Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I do. But everyone like saying it's like a masterpiece is like, all right, like chill. It's literally just feet and Brad Pitt doing nothing for 2.5 hours, and that's fine.
Brad Pitt was the best part of that movie.
He was amazing in it because he's Brad Pitt. Yeah. But there's no plot to that movie.
No, nothing.
There's no plot.
The end is great. I love
the end. Is fantastic.
But other than that, I'm like,
I'd watch it again just for the end because the end is fantastic.
No, I just watched the end again. I don't want to watch the whole movie.
Well, yeah.
Because it felt way too long.
It was.
And I was like, nothing happens. So what's the point?
Nothing does happen. But everyone's like, oh, you just don't get it. That was the point. And I was like, all right.
Make it interesting if nothing's going to happen.
You can do that. Anyone can make a boring movie. Like, that's not interesting.
Right. It's just because it's Tarantino, though. That's why.
Exactly. Everyone's jerking off Tarantino like they usually do.
Tarantino
has a couple bad movies under his belt, all right? Death Proof sucked.
I haven't seen Death Proof.
Don't watch it. It sucks.
Is that part of his 10 films?
Or whatever?
Is. Oh,
it sucks. He's technically already made 10 films because Kill Bill 1 and 2. Yeah. But he doesn't count. He counts it as 1. But
he may make
2 different movies. He may make 3.
Like we talked about, I think last time, he may make a 3rd.
He's been talking about making Kill Bill 3 for like 20 years.
And that won't count towards the 10 either. Because
probably not. Oh, it's all one vision. Fuck you.
He should make a Star Wars movie.
Don't. He's not making that Star Trek movie anymore.
I know. So
that's good news because we didn't need that.
They may let him do it. Be like, hey, you want to make
episode
10?
If he makes a Star Wars movie, that'll be the best Star Wars movie ever because Tarantino, imagine Django Unchained with lightsabers. Come on.
Exactly.
But Disney would not do that.
No.
He'd bring back Sam Jackson just so he could say the N-word like 50 times.
Put Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
Put in Leonardo DiCaprio for no real reason, and he's just there, and he's got like slaves. And then Jamie Foxx shows up, and he's like naked for some reason.
It'll be the perfect movie.
It'd be amazing. But Disney wouldn't want that.
Have him make Mandalorian season 2.
Fuck. No, that would actually be really good because Tarantino knows how to make a damn good Western.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's a space Western.
I don't think Jon Favreau has any idea on how to make a Western. So do that. I'd be totally okay with that.
I doubt it, but
that's not happening. But
like a petition. Maybe it'll happen.
We should start a petition.
Even though it's probably already like being worked on at this moment.
No, halt production. Stop it. Stop it, Jon Favreau.
Stop it, Jon Favreau. I give John props. I think he might take Kathleen Kennedy's job, but
he won't.
He might.
She's still around. She's still gonna be farting around doing stuff.
I don't know. Not after that trilogy. Maybe not.
Well, we have news about that.
I know. We get through your movie news, and then we'll get
Anaconda is getting a reboot.
You. Nobody asked for that.
No, of course not. The iconic 1997 movie Anaconda with Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez is getting a reboot.
Yeah, I remember the effects on that. Ooh.
That's one of those movies that like it's such a bad movie, but everyone on the face of the planet has seen it.
I've seen it. I don't know why.
Everyone has seen it, and it's insane. It is iconic in a way. Like
it does. That's why it doesn't need a reboot because it's so bad.
It's so dumb. This is like remaking Snakes on a Plane.
Like, are they gonna make it bad? Or are they gonna try to make it good?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. In this modern context, it'd be like, oh well, if they do make it and people hate it, they're like, oh well, that was on purpose. And then if people legitimately like it, they're like, oh, that was on purpose. So it all depends on the audience reactions to it.
But like, there's a bad and there's a good bad. Like, which one's?
Yeah, no, but whatever happens with critics, they're gonna say that they did it intentionally. Oh, it's supposed to be bad. Y'all just didn't get it.
Okay,
it's like, all right, whatever.
This will be
a movie about giant snakes.
It'll be either a flop or like a huge success.
Bring back Ice Cube. Did Ice Cube die on the first one?
I don't remember. It's been years since I've seen that movie, but I just
bring him back. I want to see him fight a giant snake.
I remember that snake, and it looked so bad.
It was terrifying. That movie used to scare me as a kid. I was also scared by Lake Placid. There was that scene. Is Lake Placid the one where Betty White at the end like walks through the water and like gets her legs bitten off or whatever?
I think so.
That's because that scene like has always stuck like in my brain. I remember watching that as a kid, and I was like, I'm never gonna forget this.
Poor Betty White.
Poor Betty White. She's like 110 and she's loving life. All right, she's doing just fine.
Didn't they make a sequel to Anaconda though?
They made like 5 sequels.
I was gonna say, didn't they make a bunch of like versus movies?
Yeah, Anaconda versus like the Sharktopus or whatever.
Like Megalodon and like Anaconda versus like giant croc.
There's a whole cinematic universe. I think Lake Placid had a crossover with Anaconda.
Did it?
Point. I think so.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever.
Because there's like 15 Lake Placid movies.
It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Nobody asked for this, but
nobody asked for the first one.
Are you making this? Is this how you know?
I would love to make this. All right. If there's no director attached to this, somebody hire me. I would make the best goddamn giant snake eating people movie on the face of the planet.
I would put Harrison Ford in it for like 5 minutes and have him like do an Indiana Jones reference.
No, Harrison Ford would be the snake.
He'd be what? He'd be the snake.
There'd be one scene where the snake like telepathically communicates with like one of the main characters, and it's just Harrison Ford being like, "Fucking hell! Why did I sign up for this?"
You didn't even like ask him to do it. You just dubbed it from another movie.
Yeah. Get off my plane.
Get off my plane. What?
It's like what? What? What?
We're not
it's the wrong movie, Harrison Ford. I'll name the snake Harrison Ford. Next. Witcher is getting an animated movie, and it's coming before season 2.
What? Really?
Yeah.
They must have been working on this already then, because like an animated movie.
Well, I mean, I don't know when it's coming out, because we don't know when season 2 is coming out. So it could be a year from now, but it's
next year, maybe.
Hopefully, I hope so. It's from the studio that did Avatar: The Legend of Korra. The animation studio that did that.
The Legend of Korra.
Haven't seen Legend of Korra. I've heard very bad things about it, but the animation looks good. So,
I was gonna say, do they have anything to do with the writing?
No, probably not.
Probably not. So
I'm excited for it. Bring back Henry Cavill to do the voice, or get the guy from the video game.
I'm sure Henry Cavill would do it, but I don't know if they'd actually.
Henry Cavill would fucking do it.
Of course he would.
He'd do it for free, for fuck's sakes.
He's a big nerd.
He is a big nerd. Big old muscly nerd.
Big old muscly nerd.
Fucking loser, am I right?
You wish you were Henry Cavill.
Dude, Henry Cavill's on top of the world right now. Of course I do.
He's technically
loving life.
He's technically still Superman.
He's Superman, and he's a badass with a sword.
And he might be
jacked.
He's in talks to being part of Marvel too. So he's
who's he gonna be in Marvel?
He might be Sentry.
No, make him Craven. All right.
No.
Get that beard going and make him Craven. He looks like Craven.
So much sense if he was Sentry, he'd be the Superman of Marvel.
Make him Craven. All right. He's already been Superman.
I don't want him to be Craven.
He looks like Craven, and he could do a weird Russian accent. All right.
No, I don't.
German at whatever the hell Craven is.
Have him do his British accent.
Yo, I'm Craven. No, Craven needs to be like Australian or whatever.
He's from Africa, not Australia.
Well, he needs to be African, all right? Get a black man. Get Terry Crews.
Oh, I'd be all right with that.
Terry Crews is Craven. Put a big dumb wig on him.
Why don't anybody let Henry Cavill use his British voice? I've never seen him in a movie where he uses his British voice.
I have no idea. That's a good question.
They must hate Brits
because his British voice is honestly kind of weird. It's like kind of British, but not really.
It's like half American, half British.
Yeah. So it's like you might as well just use a fucking American accent. He uses it a little bit in Witcher. He has kind of a hint of like a British accent, but he sounds like Batman in it, so it doesn't really matter.
Weird. He says some words American, but he says other words British. So
because he's doing this, and it's really hard to stay in an accent doing this the whole fucking 8-hour show.
Yeah. Is that all your movie news?
It is.
I have one TV news.
Oh shit!
It's about the Continental show.
Oh, this is still happening? I totally forgot about this.
The Continental show won't be released until after John Wick 4. So
Jesus Christ.
A little bit.
John Wick better die in John Wick 4 or I'm done with this franchise. He should have died in 3. 3 wasn't a good movie. We don't need a 4. And if we get a 5, I'm done.
Do you think we'll get a 4 and then he'll show up in the show and be like, I'm back?
Well, they've already said he'll show up in the show, but I'm fine with him showing up in the show because I think they said the show is going to be a prequel anyway.
It's a prequel, yeah.
So that's fine. I'm okay with that as long as the show's not about him. Like I don't need a John Wick show.
I highly doubt it because I don't think he would. I don't think Keanu Reeves would want to star in a show, but he may.
No, I mean he's a movie star, man.
He's a movie star.
He's fucking computer Jesus.
Matrix 7.
Yeah, the movie that everyone wants.
But that's all the news I have on that. I thought it was coming out this year, but apparently it's like being.
Is Lance Reddick in this show?
I have no the what's his name, the dude in the hotel.
Yeah.
I don't know. He should.
I love Lance Reddick.
He should be the main character.
He was in the Oscar-winning film Venom.
Oh yeah,
he did the voice of Venom.
Oh, did he? I didn't know that.
Well, it was like him and Tom Hardy, like their voices mixed together.
I can see it.
Eddie. He's got that man has an amazing voice.
I think he should be the main character of the Continental.
Mr. Wick. Fuck. If he's the dude, we just made a great show.
Like he should be.
That better be. If that's not the plot to the show, is him fucking kicking ass and taking names and doing shit, I'm not watching this fucking show. Okay. Because what else is there?
I don't know. It could be about the old guy, the owner.
Fucking Ian McShane. I don't want to see 80-year-old Ian McShane running around with guns. That's not fun.
It's him building up the hotel. That's what the show.
No, I don't want that.
You never boring. Know. I have one piece of game news too.
Ooh.
The Avengers game has been delayed.
Oh, of course it has. Of fucking course it has.
Just great news all around so far today. Great news.
Such great news. And we have more great news later.
Yeah.
Why was it delayed? Is it like
I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's not finished yet. That's why. But
see, this is why you don't release trailers until something is finished. Movies are the same way. Make a movie, finish it, and then fucking release a trailer.
They released a trailer back in 2017. So like,
yeah, they did. Well, that was like a teaser.
Yeah, but it's been like 3 years. I think they'd be done with it by now.
Finish the goddamn game, Square Enix.
I think it's been delayed only a month though, so it's not like it's like anything crazy. But
they need to fix Captain America's face.
That's probably what they're gonna do. They're gonna remodel.
They're gonna spend all their time to remodel everybody because they look like ass.
They're gonna do a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Please, because everyone looks awful.
They all look the same, to be honest.
They all just look like generic white dudes.
Yeah, even
including Black Widow. She looks like a generic white dude.
And Black Panther will be the same way. He'll be a generic
white dude. He'll look like Ryan Gosling because Ryan Gosling looks like a generic white dude.
That's what they all look like. They all look like Ryan.
They all look like Thor. Kind of looks like Ryan Gosling a little bit.
A little bit.
And they switched the voice casting around because they have like Nolan North as Tony Stark. And like Nolan North voiced fucking Deadpool. Like he's a Deadpool-ish voice. He shouldn't be playing fucking Tony Stark. All right, he should be playing like Ant-Man.
Does that bug you?
It bugs me a little bit because his voice doesn't match that face or that character.
Maybe
at all.
We'll have to see. We'll have to wait till the game comes out.
We'll have to wait.
They might be delaying it honestly for a freaking next gen release. You never know.
I mean, maybe they could do a Grand Theft Auto thing and put it out. Like that'll be the last thing that comes out, and then they put out a port.
Next gen comes out at the end of this year. So.
Oh my god. Is it this year? The end of this year? Jesus.
Holidays of this year.
Oh man, I can't wait to spend $5,000 on a box.
It'll probably be like $700.
No games on it. That'll be fun.
And then, what do you want to start with? Marvel, Star Wars? Or
I actually have some Star Wars stuff to talk about.
I have one Star Wars thing.
So we can talk about Star Wars.
All right, let's do Star Wars. What you got?
Obi-Wan series loses writer and gets put on hold. Fuck this show. Fuck Disney Plus. Fuck Star Wars.
I've also heard that it's being rumored to be converted into a movie. So.
Stop doing this. they were saying this with the Mandalorian, where they're like, "Oh, it could be a movie, like down the road." Make a show or make a movie. Make up your fucking mind, Disney. You can't have both, all right? Either make a movie and make it rated R and make it like Logan, or make a stupid Disney Plus show, all right? This doesn't need to exist in the first place.
I love how pissed you are about all this.
I just Star Wars, man.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Ooh, that was the best rant I think we ever had.
Where's my goddamn Max Rebo show?
It's not happening. The only way it's happening is if you make it and it's an animated show.
Dude, if I ever get to a place in my life where I'm making movies, I'm pitching to Disney a Max Rebo movie. And even if they're not going to spend time with it, I'm making that fucking movie anyway.
You copyrighted and sued out the butt, but
I'll make a short film. I'll make a fan film.
Make a fan film.
Max Rebo, a Star Wars story. And it'll be better than whatever the hell else they're doing.
Did you hear Ewan McGregor's pissed about all this?
I'm sure he is, because he came out at the Disney event and was like, "Hey, I'm Obi-Wan again."
He literally
now it's delayed.
He quoted to Forbes. He was like, "This is bullshit." Like,
oh, Ewan McGregor's awesome. I love Ewan McGregor.
Like he was quoted saying, "I'm like,
he's such a fun dude. Like, he just doesn't care. That's fun."
I was like,
well, yeah, because that kind of Obi-Wan was kind of the role that like broke him to American audiences. Like, that was kind of his first like huge thing.
I'm sure he was excited to come back.
Yeah,
but it's being delayed indefinitely.
Now he's like, "Fuck Disney, fuck Star Wars. That ain't cinema." And then Martin Scorsese walks out and he does like a pimp walk.
He's gonna have a go talk with Bob Iger and be like,
"Yeah." And Bob Iger's gonna be like, "Shut your fucking mouth.
Who are you?
we own you, all right? Ewan, however the fuck you say your name.
Ewan McGregor, who's not the MMA fighter or whatever.
Oh, Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
they're both Scottish, I think, though.
Yeah, they are, which
is strange.
It is strange.
Maybe they're brothers.
I don't think so, but they might be.
I mean, all Scots are related to each other.
Eventually.
What do you call a Scottish person? As a Scot? A Scotsman?
I would say so.
A Scot.
A dude who drinks beer.
I thought you said doo-doo. I was like, that's very offensive.
A dude who drinks beer and is pale.
I mean, yeah.
And wears a kilt.
Or we could just call them leprechauns.
Leprechauns. But leprechauns are short.
I mean, most Scotsmen are fucking short as well.
Ewan McGregor's not short.
How tall is Ewan McGregor? Like 5'6"?
I think he's like 5'11".
There's no way that fucker's 5'11".
5'11", 5'10".
He's shorter than Liam Neeson. How tall is Liam Neeson?
He's like 6'2". Liam Neeson's pretty tall.
Okay, so then he's not 5'11".
I'm gonna look. I'll look it up right now.
Liam Neeson's 6'2".
He's pretty tall.
God damn, Liam Neeson's like 80 years old.
I was right. 5'10".
5'10". You were one off.
I was close. Let's see, Liam
5'10".
Liam Neeson's 6'4", so that's.
Oh my god! I would hate. I'm 6'2". My legs hurt constantly. I would hate to be 6'4".
Imagine Liam Neeson jumping over fences and stuff.
Fucking, he didn't jump over that fence. He slowly crawled over that fucker.
They had like 5 takes of it. You didn't see it?
No, I've seen that. I've seen that movie. That's the entire movie.
I know.
Crawling over that goddamn fence.
I know. My one piece of Star Wars news, and I know I don't even know if you know this, but you're gonna love it.
I know this.
Oh, do you?
I know this. I know what you're gonna say.
Taika Waititi has been courted to make a Star Wars movie.
Is this like officially confirmed?
Yes, it was exclusive news.
What is he making?
Don't know. It's a movie.
Is he like making the Knights of the Old Republic or whatever?
I have no idea. He's probably going to be whatever the hell he wants to make.
I mean, I think if Taika Waititi makes a much smaller Star Wars movie with like a little bit of humor in it, I think it'd be fine. Don't go full Thor Ragnarok with this. Where you
go
just
Jojo
give him
Rabbit?
like I do more Jojo Rabbit, where it's like a moderately budgeted movie that has heart to it, that's fun, but also isn't just total goofs the entire movie. Like it takes itself seriously when it needs to take itself seriously. Don't make it Thor Ragnarok.
Should it?
But he'll probably make it Thor Ragnarok.
Should it have a lightsaber in it?
No.
Should it have a force-sensitive person?
The fact that the Mandalorian has a goddamn lightsaber in it pisses me off.
It's still Shriek. Every Star Wars thing has.
They just can't get away from Star Wars, from fucking lightsabers, man.
I thought Solo was gonna break that streak, but then like the last 5
Solo should have, But of course, they brought back fucking Horn Boy, and he's over there. Oh, I'm fucking Darth Maul. I suck, but everyone thinks I'm cool, even though I got cut in half
for no reason.
And he pulls it out, and he's like, "Hey, look how scary I am." I'm like, "Fuck you, Darth Maul." Darth Maul is the only person. If I existed in this goddamn universe, I'd look Darth Maul square in the face and call him a bitch. He ain't scary. Darth Maul sucks.
And then he'd cut you in half.
He'd cut me in half. I get robot legs, and I come back and cut his ass in half again.
I'm gonna cut your robot legs
and I'll
off.
stab his orange brother.
He's dead. He doesn't matter. He's dead.
Well, I killed him.
Spoilers for the Clone Wars show.
I don't care about watching that fucking show.
He's dead.
What's their planet? Darth Amir or whatever.
I don't know.
I'll blow their goddamn planet up. Bunch of spiky head idiots.
Technically, Darth Maul's dead too. So
they're all dead. So they all suck.
They all suck.
They all suck. If you're dead, you suck.
Luke's dead.
Luke sucks.
The only one who's still alive is Rey
and Lando
and Chewie.
And Wedge is up in the air.
He's somewhere. He's
somewhere. And if he's not dead, he's chilling somewhere.
He's about to die of like cancer or something.
He's old as shit anyway. He's gonna die soon.
Yeah. You got any other Star Wars?
Another bit. You didn't fucking bring up Duel of the Fates.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
The leaked script for the original episode 9, directed by Colin Trevorrow.
This sounds
that everyone's been talking about.
Sounds 1,000% better than what we got.
It sounds better than Rise of Skywalker. I don't think it sounds good though. I don't know. A lot of stuff in here where I'm just like, this is still dumb nonsense.
I don't know if it'll be good. If it would have been good, but it seems better than Rise of Skywalker. Oh, for
sure. This at least would have been a movie.
Yeah.
This has like a plot and like character arcs and stuff in it. Rise of Skywalker is just like, here's a bunch of noise. Go buy our toys. That rhymed.
I don't think Palpatine was intended to be like a big character in Duel of Fates.
I don't think he was. Is he even in the script?
He is. He's his voices or something.
Oh shit.
But other than that, I don't think he actually shows up in the movie.
He shouldn't have showed up in general. I would have been fine if all of a sudden you just hear like, do it. And then that's it. And Kylo Ren looks and he's like, what the fuck was that? And then we never bring it up again. I'd be like, hey, that's fine. Palpatine's around doing something.
I love when you were watching the prequels and you kept going like, is this supposed to be a clone? What is this?
Yeah, because what the fuck is Palpatine? Is he what is the Palpatine we saw in Rise of Skywalker? Is that actual Palpatine? And then all the other Palpatines have been clones?
No, they're all the same Palpatine.
It's all the same dude.
Yeah. Because there's an official comic book that came out.
Goddamn comic books.
For the prequel to Rise of Skywalker. And apparently they somehow found his body after he was, I don't know.
The people in hoods that were just chilling in that fucking cave?
Yeah.
Who are those people?
They found his body and he was like, near death. And they plugged him to that machine.
Find his body. The fucking Death Star evaporated.
There's pieces of the Death Star on Endor.
There's pieces of him just floating around, I guess.
And like the throne room's still on Endor or whatever planet that was.
There shouldn't have been pieces of the Death Star. Like whoever wrote this clearly did not watch Star Wars.
No.
Rian Johnson has never seen a Star Wars movie. J.J. Abrams and the guy who wrote Batman vs. Superman never fucking seen Star Wars, all right?
But yeah, apparently they found his body and plugged him into a machine, and that's how he's still alive.
Star Wars sucks.
He should have been dead.
He was dead.
It ruins Darth Vader's whole arc.
It ruins his entire arc. Is meaningless now.
Yeah, because he didn't.
He shouldn't have died. Luke should have fucking Jedi can see the future, right? Luke should have been like, wait a minute. Hey, don't throw his ass over that thing because you're gonna die, and then he's just gonna come back 30 years later.
You think they would have been like sensed it and be like, "Oh, he's still alive. I sense him."
You would think, but they didn't do that because he was dead.
Yeah, he was dead.
But I guess not. And also, they totally forgot about the prophecy. Since I've watched the prequels, I remember the prophecy now. The goddamn prophecy was that you kill the Emperor or whatever, you bring balance to the Force, and then there's peace. You're telling me there's peace for 30 years? And then everything just goes to shit again? That's not peace.
I don't know. I've lost completely what happens in Star Wars.
I fucking hate Star Wars.
You can just say that the original trilogy is the only thing that exists.
I do. Because that is the only thing that exists, in my opinion.
You can throw Rogue One in there if you wanted, because that's an okay movie.
Sure.
But other than that, you don't have to...
Still has the Disney stamp on it.
You don't have to acknowledge anything else.
I don't. Whenever I watch Star Wars, I just watch the original 3.
I just love the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One. It's amazing.
It's a good scene. and I watch that every now and then. It's just fun.
I remember seeing that in theaters for the first time. I was like, "Oh my god!"
They also fucked with Rogue One, and they reshot a bunch of shit for Rogue One as well.
I'm surprised it came out as well as it did.
Yeah,
but it was enjoyable. You got anything else Star Wars related?
Nope.
All right, what is next? DC or Marvel?
I just burped. Let's do Marvel.
I have a crap ton of Marvel stuff.
I have quite a bit.
You want to start? Or you want me to start?
You can start.
I'll start with, I guess, the biggest news. Scott Derrickson has been terminated from Doctor Strange 2.
What was he terminated or did he leave?
It was a mutual. They left because of creative differences.
Oh man, it's because he wanted to make a horror movie and Disney was like, no, you gotta have jokes and shit in it.
Probably.
Because he's a horror movie director.
But he will still stay on as a producer, so it's not like he's leaving entirely. But
he's not gonna fucking have a hand in this fucking thing.
No. But apparently the movie is still gonna be released the same day. It's not getting delayed or anything. So
when is it supposed to come out?
Next year, 2021.
Oh my god, they better start shooting that shit now.
I know there's
get on it, Kevin Feige.
Well, it's probably in pre-production right now.
Who else is like, who would you want to direct Doctor Strange 2?
I don't know. Like, because like I said, are they doing a complete horror? Probably not.
They're not.
So it could just be anybody.
Get Ridley Scott.
Ooh, I like that.
Get Ridley Scott to do it.
I don't know if Ridley Scott would do it, but
no, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm old and British. That ain't cinema.
I'm gonna go make Alien 7.
Well, I gotta finish my Alien prequel trilogy that nobody likes. I'm fucking crazy. I gotta make Blade Runner 3 and prove that Deckard's a replicant."
I'm not like super surprised by this leaving, but
I'm not either.
Especially since Scott, I thought for sure they were gonna let Scott Derrickson just do what he wants, because like
you would think he did the first movie and it was rather successful,
right?
You would think they would just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted, because that's
you
usually what studios do.
Plus, you'd think the MCU would want to go into like crazier territory.
Nope, they want to do the same shit.
Who knows? They could surprise us and it come out to be a true horror film. I don't know.
This is not going to be a horror movie.
It probably won't be.
It might have horror elements, but it's not if you look up like the genre it's under, it's not going to be under horror.
Oh no.
It's going to be like a sci-fi fantasy movie or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other piece of big news. This happened a while ago, but we haven't talked about it yet. Christian Bale in talks for Thor 4.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? I know you're a big Christian Bale guy.
I love Christian Bale. Christian Bale's one of my favorite actors. I love him. And he's very intimidating and he's got a scary ass voice. I can't picture him as Beta Ray Bill. I mean, it's not like he's going to be physically there on set anyway, because Beta Ray Bill is a horseman. He might not be, but I can't picture like his voice coming out of a horseman. That just sounds weird. Like, even if he's doing his like American accent, like that just sounds weird coming out of a horse. Because Christian Bale has a lisp, and horses don't have like tongues, so he can't really have a lisp.
He doesn't have tongues.
Does Beta Ray Bill have a tongue?
I don't know.
He's a space alien, man.
I'm sure he does, but
they should get like Eddie Murphy.
He may be like a villain. You never know. He could be the villain.
I'm sure he'll be the villain at some point.
Like he may be.
You need someone with like, you need like a Sam Elliott or somebody, like someone with like a fucking like a voice. You like J.K. Simmons or like Bryan Cranston.
Oh,
get Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston is funny. He can do the comedic shit. And he's also terrifying as all hell. He can play a horseman. He voiced a bunch of monsters in the original Power Rangers. He can voice a giant space horseman.
I'm down for that. I can see that.
Fuck yeah. He'll go up to Thor and be like, "I am the one who knocks," and then Thor will just shit himself.
I'm excited to see Christian Bale in the MCU. I'd rather him not be in Thor, but
if he is going to be in the MCU, he should be someone like, he should be a character where we see him. Like, he should just do a voice. Like
we never know. He may not be doing voice. He may actually show up. He does
mocap.
Not even that. Like, he may be just a different character. We don't know if he's going to be better.
He should be Silver Surfer.
He should be. That'd be amazing, actually.
What the fuck are you doing? He says that to Galactus.
No, they'll see. He'd be Silver Surfer, but they'd redub him again with Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Not Martin Lawrence.
Fucking Martin Lawrence. Do that. Do that. Get Christian Bale to do the body, and then get Martin Lawrence to voice Silver Surfer. Fucking A. That's a hit.
No, Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne. Hey, I mean, Lawrence Fishburne did a good job.
I know.
But just bring his ass back. He's already in the MCU anyway.
Exactly. So
just get him again.
Exactly. You want me to just keep going, or
you can keep going? Go ahead.
All right. Hawkeye show has been delayed indefinitely as well.
Good. Cancel this fucker.
I don't know why. I think it's because they haven't got the person they want for Kate Bishop.
Wasn't Haley Steinfeld supposed to be Kate Bishop?
She is, but she's contractually obligated to do a different show right now, so they have to wait to give her a contract.
She's trying to have like an actual career and not being a dumb Hawkeye show.
So I think that's why they're waiting, is because they want to sign her, but she can't yet. So that's why.
Just don't make this show. Like, of all the characters you could make a show out of, like Hawkeye, really? Is he gonna have his like dumb faux hawk for mid game? He better.
They said they were gonna touch on him being Ronin or whatever. So
they should. They shouldn't just completely wipe away the fact that he's been murdering people for 5 years straight. They should address that.
They should show him murdering those people.
They fucking show him in Endgame murdering people very violently. He stabs that Asian guy in the neck.
No, he slices him. He doesn't.
No, but when he like fucking at the end, he like stabs him in the tummy or whatever.
We don't see that.
You don't see it, but it's fucking violent.
Yeah, it is.
Dude's holding in his throat as it's bleeding. It's a fucking Disney movie, all right?
I mean, they decapitated Thanos 20 minutes before that. So
yeah, and you see blood gushing out of his fucking neck stump.
It's almost like it was wanted to be rated R, but it wasn't.
They should. Oh, dude, if Endgame was rated R, that'd be the fucking best goddamn thing ever. Captain America would be like, "Avengers, fucking assemble," and he'd tell Thanos to go fuck himself.
I mean, there was a cut scene.
Fuck you, Thanos.
Where Thanos ripped off Captain America's head.
That wasn't cut. That was a concept that they thought about. They didn't film that fucking scene. If they filmed that scene, I would have shot myself in the brain.
Imagine how gruesome that would have been, though, if he just like, I got his head and then just like chucks it.
I mean, I would have wanted Cap to die, but not by getting his fucking head ripped off.
No, this was gonna be like a past Cap that he went in the pack in time, ripped his head off, and then brought it to the future.
That
Cap.
just seems like a waste of time.
Look what I did to past Cap.
Look what I did to not you. Isn't that scary? And then Cap would just be like, "Bitch, I'm fucking Captain America." Then he'll throw his shield and cut off Thanos' fucking big dumb purple face.
That's probably why they cut it out of the movie.
Probably.
Moving on. I think we were talking about this on a different podcast, so it's kind of weird that they announced it. But Marvel is officially casting for Hulkling in a future MCU project.
This is weird. Who would even remotely be that? I can't even picture anybody, because Hulkling's like, they should get like Adam Driver.
No, I don't want Adam Driver as
Why
Hulkling.
not? Paint his ass green. Put wings on him.
I don't want him as Hulkling.
I mean, Hulkling is usually pretty young. He's kind of like Beast Boy. He's usually like a teen or whatever. So I mean, I guess we'll get some fucking dumb teen actor to play him. I don't think we need him.
Get the kid from Jojo Rabbit.
I mean, wait a couple years until that kid like goes through puberty at least.
Get the fat kid.
Get the fat kid. Have that kid go to the gym. Slim his ass down.
Put him on the Marvel diet. He'll be fine.
Hell yeah. He'll be like Kumal.
Yeah, he'll be a ripped 10-year-old.
Fuck.
It'll be amazing. I don't know what project he's going to be in. If I had to guess, it'd be the She-Hulk show, but I have no idea.
Do Young Avengers. Hulkling is not a Hulk.
I know.
Why would he be in She-Hulk?
Because what else is he going to be in? Miss Marvel?
Be in a Young Avengers movie. If that's where we're headed to, put him in a Young Avengers movie.
You hated that idea.
Or I also don't want to see Hulkling fucking show up in anything. Because I think Hulkling is friends with Wiccan, which is Scarlet Witch's son.
Yeah.
Or one of her fucking kids that she has with Vision. So like maybe if they're setting something up with that,
I mean,
maybe they could.
Rumored that character is rumored to be in the WandaVision show. So
So fucking, they're setting up a Young Avengers.
Possibly.
So just put his ass in Young Avengers and don't do anything else with him because he kind of sucks.
Next, Captain Marvel 2 officially announced.
I saw this. I also didn't it lose its directors?
Yes, I think it's being replaced with a woman director. So
oh shit, because the first one had a man
and a
woman. It was a man and a woman. You can't have that's too much man. You gotta have a woman.
It's eyeing 2022 for its release, and it's going to be set in present day, not in the 90s. So
okay, cool. What haircut is Captain Marvel going to have this time?
I'm going to guess the short one since it's in present day, and she has the short one in Endgame, but
she's got that fucking mom haircut. What is she gonna do? Do the mohawk, honestly. Yeah, do that. That'd be cool.
What do you mean? What is she gonna do?
Like who's she gonna fight? She's fucking OP as hell.
She could just do a space thing. She probably won't be on Earth.
I mean, she probably won't. Is the whole movie just gonna be her zapping around to different planets, just helping people?
I have no idea.
Because like we've seen her obliterate ships, and like she could have. She took on Thanos. She headbutted Thanos, and Thanos shit himself. Like she's so OP, it's insane. You can't have a villain for this movie unless it's like Superman.
She could honestly, you could intermingle her with the Eternals. They're about the same power level.
You could get Kumail. He'll be the villain. His abs will be the villain.
I'm not saying that they would be the villain, but you could have them intertwined. You could set up a Galactus. Maybe she finds Galactus.
Fuck.
With that, I don't know.
That would be cool. I'd actually be kind of cool with that. I want to see her punch Galactus in his dumb, stupid head.
She could meet Silver Surfer. I don't know.
Fuck. Have Silver Surfer be the villain.
Like you could do a lot of things with the space character. You could
be awesome.
You could introduce a bunch of different stuff.
Bring back Doug Jones.
If they bring Beta Ray Bill in Thor 4, Beta Ray Bill could show up. You never know. Never know.
Oh my god! I just want to see Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer team up and like kick ass.
That'd be amazing.
I know they're not like friends in the comics, but I just love both of those characters.
Weren't they both on the Guardians at one point?
Probably. Fucking Iron Man was on the Guardians at one point.
Exactly. So I think it could be. Imagine though if that happens, like that's a Disney Plus show. Imagine if that was a Disney. And then
Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Imagine if that happens, and then you went back in time and told your like 10-year-old self, like, this is going to be a show. And this is going to
be a show. Well, if I went back in time and talked to my 10-year-old self, for one, I'd be like, "Yo, time travel is a thing. Like, holy shit!" And then I'd tell him about Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer.
You'd be like, yeah, this is going to happen, and no one would have expected it.
And I also would have remembered having that conversation, and I know that doesn't happen. So
yeah, you would have created a paradox.
Unless we're doing in-game rules, which don't make any fucking sense.
True. It kind of makes sense. You just gotta use your brain, Wade.
It doesn't, and the movie acknowledges it doesn't make sense because it ignores its own rules. Fuck in-game.
Moving on. Let's not get into a rant. Another second rant by Wade. I got some Moon Knight news. I don't know if you've heard
Moon Knight. I haven't. What is it?
It officially gets a writer. Do you know who the writer is?
Is it? Let me guess. George Lucas.
No, it's the guy who wrote The Witcher.
The show?
Yeah.
Ooh, shit.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
It's probably foreign.
Bayu de Mayo or something?
Cinco de Mayo?
He is officially the writer for the Moon Knight series.
Fuck. Moon Knight is... This is the one thing that, like, if this show isn't perfect, I'm done with Marvel. Because they can really fuck up the show.
It's setting up to be. Like, they got a good director and they got a good writer.
But, like, is it going to be R-rated? That's the thing. Because you cannot... The Moon Knight comics are very violent and fucked up. You cannot, like, PG-ify that. You need to go full-on dark as fuck. Moon Knight's a fucking schizophrenic. Like, how do you PG-ify that for, like, kids? You don't. Like, make a batshit crazy show.
I can't wait until they actually official who's going to be Moon Knight.
Oh, man. Shia LaBeouf.
I still think Andrew Lincoln would be a great choice.
Andrew Lincoln could do it. Fucking Andrew Garfield. Fucking...
or Daniel Radcliffe's name be thrown around.
Daniel Radcliffe. I want Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine.
I don't want him as Wolverine.
I do.
I'm not a fan of that.
He could pull off Wolverine like a motherfucker.
not a fan of that.
Get Channing Tatum.
And reference the fact that he was Gambit at one point.
Yeah. He'll pick up a stick and be like, "Oh, this is familiar," even though I was never actually Gambit. Because Moon Knight has a stick.
He does.
Sometimes, and sometimes he doesn't. And he throws like moon blades at people.
I'm excited for the show, even though we won't see it for another year.
I'm excited to see things about the show.
We'll get more news as time goes on.
We will. And hopefully they don't fuck up the suit.
So I gave you some good news. Now I got to give you some bad news.
I think I know what this bad news is because I also have some bad news. It's probably the same goddamn thing.
We talked about it last time, I think, and now it reversed its call. Howard the Duck and Tigra series canceled.
God damn it! I don't care about Tigra. I thought she was one of the Thundercats. I didn't even know there was a Tigra in Marvel. This is the one show that I was looking forward to on Hulu, and now it's just gone.
You know what's funny is that Kevin Smith a couple weeks ago was like, "That's still happening," and then they canceled it like 3 days ago.
Kevin Smith needs to shut his mouth because he keeps saying he's gonna make like 50 things, and he only makes like one. So he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. This show, who made the decision to cancel this show? Was this Kevin Feige?
Probably because this was right after the merger. Like the merger happened like 5 days ago, and then 2 days later they canceled the show.
Kevin Feige, you suck, and your hats are dumb. This show would have been amazing. This show would have been a proper like hard R, raunchy, like goofy as fuck Howard the Duck show, and it would have been amazing.
Like a MODOK show though.
We are getting a MODOK show, and they casted Patton Oswalt in it, which is amazing. That's perfect casting for MODOK because he has a loud, annoying voice. But fucking Howard the Duck, man, this is the one thing I wanted.
There's rumors that Howard the Duck may show up in MODOK, so
goddamn, but it's not gonna make any sense.
No, but it may happen.
No.
No.
I don't care about MODOK. I don't even know why MODOK's getting a show. Get a fucking Howard the Duck show.
Why don't you make it?
I would make it if someone. I can't just like go to Marvel and be like, "Yo, Howard the Duck," because then they'll kick me out and be like, "Who the fuck's Howard the Duck?" I'd make the best goddamn Howard the Duck movie ever. I'd put George Lucas in it as a reference to the last one.
Poor Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, man.
I blame him. I don't know why. Even though it has nothing to do with him, but I blame him.
I'm sure he was fucking like, "Hey, Howard the Duck, hell yeah." And then Marvel's like, "Get the fuck out of here. You fucking weirdo."
I don't know who made the decision. It may have been the TV god dude who does Marvel. Because I know Kevin Feige oversees it, but I don't know. I don't know if it was Kevin Feige or if it was somebody else.
Fucking frustrating. Don't announce TV shows unless you're fully committed in doing them.
They announced it like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, I know. So I guess at the time they were like, "Oh, fucking TV everywhere."
Before they canceled all their TV shows.
And then they were like, "Nah, fuck TV."
They canceled all the Netflix shows, all the Hulu shows.
Fuck TV except for our Disney Plus shit, which isn't technically a TV show because I think some of them are only getting one season. So those aren't technically TV shows. They're miniseries, but whatever. It's not a TV show.
Whatever.
It's like calling Roots a TV show. It's fucking not.
And then my last piece of Marvel news. Marvel Studios greenlights 2 unannounced TV series. And their hint was one is a quote unquote secret. That was their hint towards them.
Secret?
Secret.
So it's another goddamn TV show?
2, actually.
2 goddamn TV shows?
And when they said quote unquote secret, everybody's like, are they doing like a secret invasion show?
No, they meant secret as like, we can't tell you what it is. They're not being literal, like, oh, it's a secret, and then a fucking Skrull comes out on stage.
I mean, it could be a Skrull show.
No. You want it to be like a goofy, like office style show with Skrulls?
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny, actually.
Like Damage Control?
It'd be hilarious. I'd watch that.
Sounds dumb. I don't want that. Because you wouldn't have the budget for it because they'd have to shapeshift into a bunch of shit. And they would never shapeshift because they don't want to spend a lot of money on the show.
No, all the shows have like $100 million budget. It'll be fine.
But that's shapeshifting though.
Nah, it'd be fine.
And they'd have to bring in like Sam Jackson for a day and he costs like a fucking $100 million.
He was if he can be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he can be on this.
That was probably the most expensive episode. How many episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was he on?
I think 2.
Exactly, because he's fucking expensive.
And he was only in like 5 minutes of each episode.
He's fucking expensive.
But he was there. He was there.
He's fucking expensive.
That's all my Marvel news. So you got anything else?
I think that's all the Marvel news I had as well. You pretty much had it all.
Ticked it all. All right, moving on to
Took it all.
DC.
DC news.
I only have one piece of DC.
I have a couple. The first thing I want to talk about.
You go.
This is my fucking time, Devin. This is what I care about. I'm gonna talk about it. Fucking Crisis on Infinite Earths, the TV series event of a lifetime that literally nobody cares about, ended like last week or a couple weeks ago, and they dropped a bomb. Fucking Ezra Miller showed up.
Yep.
As Barry Allen, the Flash from the DCEU. The DCEU is alive and well. Release the Snyder Cut. Fuck you.
People are losing their goddamn minds over this, and I don't think
it was awesome.
It's not that big of a deal, though.
No, but like just the surprise of it, I'm like, that's fucking cool. Because nobody expected anyone from the movies to show up, and you get fucking Ezra Miller in that ugly ass Flash suit, showing up, and he's being all Ezra Miller-y and everything, and I'm like, that's cool, because they're not that could mean stuff for the future. They haven't like completely abandoned the DCEU, which is good.
Yet.
They might. They will at some point. But at least we're getting a Flash movie before that happens. But it was cool. It was a fucking awesome thing. I cannot wait to watch these things now that they're done. I'll have to find them somewhere and watch them. It's probably going to be a big mess because I've heard it's a big mess, but it's comics.
I'm surprised you didn't watch it when it came out.
I don't like TV. I don't like doing that.
But not for, what's his name? For Bert? Not for Bert?
Bert.
The Robin dude, I forget his name.
Oh, Burt Ward. He was in like one episode and he was like barely in it.
But he was in it.
Fuck him. But like it was like a 5-part. If it was like a 1 episode thing, sure, like maybe. But it's like 5 parts, and usually with TV shows, I like forget when they come out, and then I'll watch the first 2, and then like I'll skip a couple weeks, and I'm like, fuck, I totally forgot where I was, and I don't feel like going back and watching the second episode again to watch the third one, so I know what the hell's going on. So I just don't watch it, and then I never get around to watching it. So I like to watch things as a whole. So I'll probably have to do that at some point.
Why you need me? I just be there and be like, hey, wait, this episode came out.
Yeah, honestly.
That's how we did The Mandalorian. I was like,
exactly.
hey, wait.
I was like, fucking hell. I thought the show ended after 2 episodes.
You got to watch The Mandalorian, Wade.
God damn it.
Did you finish the Goldblum show?
I did. He had the last episode yesterday.
Oh, nice. Good season finale?
It's a good show. It was good.
I mean, it's Jeff Goldblum. What do you expect?
It's Jeff Goldblum.
It's going to be amazing.
Speaking of Jeff Goldblum, this has nothing to do with DC news, but there's one episode he does on ice cream that has like one of the best shots of Jeff Goldblum in it, like ever, where he's just like majestically gazing upon ice cream, and it's like amazing.
I've seen that episode.
It's fantastic. That whole show is fantastic.
It was a great idea. Whoever came up with that idea,
genius idea. That's the best idea Disney's ever had. Speaking of Jeff Goldblum, Watchmen is not getting a season 2.
Darn.
Because apparently the showrunner left and he's like doing other stuff. He literally said like, I don't want to do it. He's like, I don't want to do another one. Like, whatever.
Did it end on like a ending?
It ended pretty well. I mean, for what the show was, it ended. It had like an ending at least, and the ending was kind of like ambiguous, and I wouldn't have wanted it to continue anyway. So I'm kind of glad with that. I'm not going to watch the show ever again anyway. So,
well, you won't have to. So
yeah. I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna buy it?
I'll probably buy it just to add it to the fucking collection behind me. But I'm not gonna watch it ever. It's 9 hours of bullshit that I gotta watch. And last bit of DC news. J.J. Abrams developing a Justice League Dark film and TV series.
Gross.
I don't think it's J.J. Abrams specifically, but it's his production company. But I like Justice League Dark. And I would rather have a TV show than a movie.
I do too. I don't know who. I want to know who's attached to it, but
yeah, I know. Guillermo del Toro was originally attached like years ago to do the Justice League Dark movie, and then obviously that's not happening anymore.
He's not going to do the TV show.
No, I don't know who would be involved with the TV show. I hope it's like The Boys. If it's like dark and fucked up like The Boys, this would be a great TV show.
It would be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
When's it supposed to come out?
I don't know. They just said they're working on it.
Could be
There's no like official release date. Which usually, if DC doesn't give you like a release date, it's usually not happening. So this probably isn't happening.
Even when they do give you a release date, it may not happen. Like the Flash.
Yeah, they'll just keep pushing it back until eventually people forget about it, and then they reboot everything.
And then somebody will bring it up like 10 years from now. But hey, remember the Flash movie?
The Flash movie that's supposed to happen? They're like, oh, what are you talking about? Oh, we don't remember that.
Call the snipers.
Call the snipers. They can't afford snipers. That's Disney's thing.
Oh, they call Disney snipers.
Call Disney snipers. You gotta rent Disney snipers out to kill this fucker who's talking about this movie.
I mean, by then Disney may have bought Warner Brothers, so I mean, who knows?
Yeah, probably at that point.
Who knows? My one piece of DC news. I'm surprised you didn't have this on your news. It's about the Batman.
Oh, I probably saw this because there was like a fuck ton of Batman stuff that came out, and I was like, none of this is relevant.
This is relevant. So
what is it?
Colin Farrell joins the Batman as the Penguin.
We knew this. We talked about. We've had like 5 episodes of talking about how he's in this goddamn movie.
No, we've always been like, oh, he's thinking about joining the cast, but he's the Penguin.
Cool. Is he gonna get fat?
Probably not. He'll probably wear a fat suit.
Then fuck him.
Then fuck him.
Get fat, Colin Farrell. Put the fucking effort in. Danny DeVito was fat already for the Penguin. You need to get fat as well. I don't want a skinny penguin running around. Fuck Gotham.
What is this? The 4th villain in the show?
3rd, I think. Riddler, Catwoman. Catwoman could go both ways, whatever. But I think she's supposed to be like somewhat of a villain in this. And then Penguin. And possibly like Hugo Strange or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I hope this movie's good.
It's getting a little bloated.
Don't fucking pull a Spider-Man 3 with this, Matt Reeves.
Or Amazing Spider-Man 2. Don't do that either.
Or Amazing Spider-Man 2. Don't set up the fucking Legion of Doom in the Batman, please. Don't do that.
I have faith in what's his name? Matt Reeves. I have faith in Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves is a great filmmaker. He fucking made 2 of the best Planet of the Apes movies.
Exactly.
In the entire series, all right? Like he has the ability to make the best Batman movie ever made.
He does.
I don't know if he will.
We'll see.
But because he didn't even originally know what the fuck he wanted to do. Because originally he was like, oh, it's going to be year 1. And everyone was like, fuck you. And he's like, all right, it's not year 1.
I mean, nobody wants year 1 again.
No, because we got it. It was called Batman Begins.
Yeah, we don't need it again.
Make a fucking long Halloween movie. This is the only Batman movie that I've ever wanted. Make a long Halloween movie. Long Halloween is perfect. It's perfect.
I don't think he's going to do that.
He's not. He's going to just do some random bullshit.
He's going to do Detective Batman.
He'll do like Batman year 2. It's like, oh, see, it's not year 1.
But it's pretty close.
I mean, Long Halloween is Detective Batman. That's why it's perfect. Because it's just the entire story is just him doing detective shit. Like there's barely any action in it. It's just Batman being a cool detective man. And
he ain't doing it.
He's not.
Just because you want it to happen. So
because I want it. He's like that fucker wants this movie. I ain't doing it. I'm doing Batman and Robin again.
Like when this podcast drops, he's gonna rewrite the whole script.
Like, God damn it, and they just fucking scribble everything out.
And then he's gonna like be like, oh, Robert Pattinson, he's not gonna be in the movie because Wade wants him to be in the movie. So
I mean, I want Ben Affleck to be in the movie. I'm fine with Robert Pattinson being in it.
Taika Waititi as Batman.
Don't do that.
That could be the most greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, that would be awful. That'd be stupid. I don't want that. He's also brown, and you can't have a brown Batman, all right?
Whoa, Idris Elba could be Batman.
He could, but according to the studios, he can't be. So,
if you had to cast Taika Waititi in the Batman, what would you put him in?
Like the Riddler.
The Riddler,
because he's all goofy and lanky and shit.
The Riddler is already cast though.
I know. Paul Dano.
So that is 4 villains, quote unquote, on Catwoman, but 4. 4 villains.
Riddler, Penguin, Catwoman.
Oh, I thought you said somebody else for the.
Well, Hugo Strange is like rumored to maybe show up, but like fuck him, fuck Hugo Strange.
All right, well then you can't make him the Riddler. Who are you gonna make him?
Fucking who else is like crazy and flamboyant and gay? No, don't make him Clayface. I'd make him like the Clock King.
like a character no one's heard of.
Or like King Tut or something from the Adam West show.
I'd make him Robin.
Or Louis the Lilac. I'd make him Louis the fucking Lilac, all right?
Make him Robin.
Don't make him. He's too old to be Robin.
He could be Dick Grayson.
No, Robert Pattinson's like 30.
He could be.
He's not going to. Dick Grayson's older than Batman?
Be Batman's dad.
I mean, he could be, but again, he's brown.
Whoa, wait. It's 2020. Can't be saying.
I didn't say anything bad. I just said he's brown. Robert Pattinson has no hint of brown in him. He played a fucking pale ass vampire.
Very white mom. All right.
I don't think that's how genetics work.
I
think the brownness like would make him less white.
It skips a generation.
So the whiteness skips a generation.
So when Batman has a kid, it'll be brown.
It'll be dark as fuck. Well, I mean, if Batman did have a kid, technically, he'd probably fuck Catwoman, and Catwoman is a black woman, so probably, yeah.
So there you go. Skips a generation. You got any other news you want to talk about?
That's all the news I have.
All right. That's the end of the podcast.
It's the end of the podcast. What's the fun fact of the day?
Oh crap! I didn't look up a fun fact for the day. 2 + 2 = 4.
That is a fun fact.
It is a fun fact if you don't know math.
If you're like 2 watching this, which if you're 2 watching this, you shouldn't be. You have awful parents.
Go do your homework.
Go be a baby. You're 2 years old.
Stay in school, kids.
That's debatable.
Stay living, kids.
That's debatable.
What should they do?
They should just like do nothing.
Just do nothing and die.
Sit in your room and just stare at the wall for like 6 days until something happens.
That's the end of the podcast right there.
That's the end of the podcast. Me telling kids to go kill themselves.